Hello guys, welcome to another channel. Welcome to another episode of How to on Zoho CRM. It's Obsidian. Once again, my name is Obsidian and I am from Dode Consulting. Right, so at Dode Consulting, we as a partner with implement accounting software like QuickBooks, Zoho Books, Sage, and the like. Right, we are also one of the top partners of Zoho, Odo, and Sage in Nigeria. Right. So today we are going to be looking at how to. Okay. So today, like I said, what we're going to be showing ourselves, right, is very simple. So today we are going to be looking at how to customize modules and fields in the OCR, right? In our previous videos, we've looked at the leads module, the contact, the accounts module, right? We know the module basically is where on the OCR, right? A module is basically where the record is stored, right? The lead record, we call them, we call that particular mode where it's so we call it the leads mode, right? Same goes for the contact, we call it the contact module, right? And we know that whenever we are adding a new record, let's say for example we're trying to add a contact here now, right? This is the contact module that we're currently on, right? I'm trying to create a contact, right? So all of these things that we need to fill out, right? All of these boxes, let me call them boxes, are the fields, right? So they are the fields. Why this particular place where we are is the module itself, it's the contact module. But all of these boxes that we need to type in some information, let's say the phone number, all of this information, these are the fields, right? So what we're trying to look at today is how to customize modules and fields in Zoho CRM, right? So without much ado, let's get straight into it, right? So one beautiful thing about the OCRM is that the OCRM allows us to customize all of the modules. All of the default module that come with the system, right? We can see currently this is the lead module, right? Let me click on it, right? So the beauty of this system is that we can, customize all of these modules based on our own predefined what we choose to call it, right? Let me just keep it that simple. What it means is that we can rename these modules, right? So to do that, what we just need to do is, let's try to rename this leads module. Let's rename it to a prospect. Let's call them prospect module, right? So to do that, what we just need to do is to look at this gear or setup icon at the top right? We click on it, right? So let me click on it now. Then we go to customization. Under customization, we'll be seeing modules and fields. So you can see that what we are even trying to do is already defined in the system. What we are trying to achieve here today is to customize modules and fields, right? Even saying from here, we know that definitely this is where we can achieve the customization that we intend to do, right? So let's click on that. Let's click on this modules and fields now. We've done that, right? So once we do that, you can see now that we have under the modules tab, then you can now see the leads, the contact, the account, right? So let's make it simple. Let's rename this leads module into prospects. So for you to do that, there's always this three dot option by the side of the module itself, the module title itself. You just click on it, we'll see rename, right? So once you click on rename, you'll see now. So what the system is going to show us is it will ask for the plural name of this new module that we're trying to rename and the singular name. Definitely you can see the plural name of this is the singular name, which is leads, while the plural name is leads, right? So we'll just call this prospects, right? Because that's the plural name, and the singular name, of course, is going to be prospects, right? So if I click on save now, right, so you can see that it has been saved, right? So let's do that for the contact module as well. So for this, we're going to be renaming. It's still the same option that we use, right? You just click on these three dots by the side, then we click on rename. So if I do this now, I want to call this contact, I want to just call this contact persons, right? That's the plural name, and the singular name template is just going to be contact person. Then I say, right? So for this account module now, let's just name it to customers, right? So it's still that same option that we're going to be using to do that. So I'm just going to call this customers, and the singular name is going to be what? It's going to be customer, of course, right? Then I click on save. So how do we know if what we've done is fine and then if it's working, right? What we just need to do is just click on this setup, this icon here. Then we'll head back to the main home now, right? The home tab now. So we can see from here now that we'll be able to rename our modules, right? This is now the prospect module, this is the contact person module, and this is the customers module, right? So that's how to customize the module, that's how to rename the module. But what we just did now is only for the modules. We are here to customize the fields itself. So how do we do that? Right. We can do that. We're going to use that same method that we use. I mean the same process that we use in customizing the module. That's the same process we're going to be using in customizing the fields inside the modules. Right. So let's click on that same gear icon or the setup icon at the top right. Right. Once you click on it, then we'll go to modules and fields, right? Once we do that, it's going to show you the module. Right? Initially when we were customizing the module, we click on these three dots. But now we are not going to be clicking on the three dots. What we're going to be doing instead, we're going to be clicking on the module itself now, right? So once we click on it now, so the same takes us to where we can now customize that particular module, right? So here now we'll now be saying, we are currently on the layout, we'll not be saying fields, because what we're trying to achieve is we're trying to customize the fields in that particular module, which is the prospect module that we just customize now, right? So we'll look at, we'll click on this create and edit fields. So once we do that, we also click on this now, right? Let me just go ahead and skip this. So the system will take us to the user interface. This is where we're now inputting some information while trying to add a record in the system, right? So from here now, I can now choose that, okay, there are some certain fields. If you look at here now on the top left hand side of my screen, you can see something, this section called new fields, right? So this is where we can now choose to bring in new fields that we would like to get information from. To get information from our prospect from, right? These are the basic fields that we saw earlier on. So now let's say I don't want this filter to be there anymore. I'll just click on these three dots, then I remove this particular field. If I click on yes, remove this field now, I'll remove it. So I'm going to remove ratings as well. So let me just remove that as well, right? So now let's say I need some particular fields that I need to add into my module, into my prospect module, right? It's simple, depending on the field type that I'm trying to add. So let me just use pictures, which is like a drop down menu. So I'll be dragging this. You can see it's just a drag and drop, right? Just a drag and drop. And so I'm dragging and drop, the system wants to know the particular name of this field. So I'm going to call this one product name. Let me just say products. Okay, let me just say products, and the options there was the product, right? What kind of product? So I'm going to call in one, I'm going to call this one smart TVs, okay, because that's what I offer in my organization, right? So let me call this one smart TV. The other one I'm going to call it okay, yes, let's call it laptop. Okay, sorry about that. I'm going to be calling this one laptop, right? The another one, the last one, I'll be calling it smartphones, because these are the products that I offer in my business, right? So before we save, right? If you scroll down to this, the system has some other things that will be asked us, depending on what we do. Like this option, enable colors for options. If I click on it, that means I want to beautify how my report is going to look. I can choose to make all of this, change the colors and do all of those things, right? So once I click on done now, right, you can see that this is the new field that I just added, and I click on save. Once I click on save now, that way now I've been able to customize my field in the prospect module. right? And that's how you do that. So if I let's go back and see what we've done if it appears. So I'm going to click on this cancel now to go back to the main to the home tab now, right? Because that's where I will need to check what I've done if is well what I'm trying to achieve if it has been done or not, right? So let me just head back and see. Okay, yes, I go to setup or home, then I click on this back icon, right? So the customization I did is on the prospects module now, right? So let me try to create a new prospect now and see if that field that I just created is appearing. So let's look at it. Wow. So now we can see that it's appearing now. So whenever I'm creating a new record, I can just select the product that they intended. I mean that this prospect is making inquiry on, and that's it. And that's how you customize your modules and fields on Zoho CRM, right? That's how simple that is, right? So, like I said, my name is Oxy Daniel, and thank you once again for watching the video, and I we hope that it is helpful to you, right? So, if you find this video helpful and understandable, kindly like, subscribe, and share this video, right? Thank you so much once again. Next. See you in our next episode on Zoho CRM. Thank you.
Droidage Consulting, powering your business with smart digital solutions. From automation to analytics, we help you work faster, smarter, and better. Let's build the future together.